today's episode, we're gonna be covering
shoulders.
Fucking crazy. Nah, but for real, ladies, this episode's for you guys too. We're gonna be going over some basic shoulder movements to create that broader look. You know, to give you guys and women, you know, that V shape. You know, because it's all about illusion, really. So, anything?
You guys enjoy the workout. Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
Alright everybody, so while we're going to start our shoulder workout, I really like to prime the shoulders before starting. Just so you get those shoulders loose. I know a lot of people might suffer from like aches and pains or like lack of range of motion, so basically starting out with some overall movement, getting the shoulders fired up in different angles. We're going to break down a warm-up very briefly. So it's kind of like a yoga position. Here. You really want to get your head through your arms. I like to say get your head through the window. Keeping that tension is really maximize. Act like you were going to press a barbell over your head or anything over your head. You really want to make that tension as realistic as possible. And usually with that, just with that movement alone, I feel like my shoulder, my range of motion increases and it feels so much smoother than as if when I miss this out and I'm lazy and I don't put that into my warm-up. Huge difference. Alright, second warm-up that I've been applying into my routine for shoulders to get them ready. And since my range of motion I struggle a lot with when it comes to shoulders. Come down into a squat position with the bands. Bring it out here. Retract the shoulder blades. Really emphasize bringing those shoulders back. Retract. The band should be light, where you're not really straining yourself. All we're doing is getting that shoulder ready. Now, if you can't get into the squat position, I just do it for the extra stability. You can simply start by sitting down. That's fine too. You're not doing this to exhaustion, but it's just to kind of get those shoulders firing in all different angles for what you're going to be doing for that day.
So we heard a very special word, priming. What is the difference between priming and stretching, for example?
Alright, good question. Priming and actually just doing a stretch for the shoulders, which might be just some holds like here. You see people do this. They're just holding a stretch. Priming, I feel, is great for the beginning of the workout because you're getting your shoulders ready for exactly what you're going to be doing. And I want to give credit to credit's due. My Plum Radio, My Plum Media actually uses MAPS Prime. It's a great program to actually get your whole body ready. But we're just going to be using the tools for just today, talking about shoulders and what I use to prime my shoulders. And I don't like to say warm up because when people say warm up, it's just some random stretches and stuff and then warm up sets versus actually getting those shoulders activated and moving in that and getting that range of motion going for yourself. So when you step into your workout, you're not just, you know, you're kind of just cranking out like 5 warm-up sets because your shoulders are so achy and they're just not ready. So basically priming is just getting your body ready for it.
To me, the most important thing, it's very important that you prime your shoulders because your shoulders is a muscle group that is very, very delicate. Like, you have no idea how common shoulder injuries are. So it'll behoove you to really take the time, you know, prime your shoulders. You know, I know some people want to get into the workout and knock it out and everything, but hey,
Those are the people you probably hear
Yeah,
the most that
if
have
you-
aches and pains and
if you
oh, I
hurt-
can't do this because of my shoulder hurting.
yeah, if you hurt yourself, like, forget about it with your shoulders. Like, just last week, I was, you know, my shoulder bugged me, you know, but that's due to the fact that I didn't prime before a workout, so I fell
He's
into
been
that.
rushing his workout.
I started rushing. But yeah, you guys have to take care of your shoulders, like,
Slow and steady wins the race.
Yep. Let's get after it. Let's get after our workout then. Let's go. What you doing right now? Tell them, inform them.
Alright, so as you guys know, we're doing shoulders today. Shoulder episode. You know, for anybody out there that wants bigger arms, want to look bigger, if you really build those shoulders, you're going to create the illusion that you look wider, bigger, and your arms already look bigger too. I also feel like strong shoulders are super important because they translate to everything you do in life. You know, functional stuff. Even if you're bench pressing, your shoulders are always activated when you're working out. So one of the staples that we showed in one of our last episodes, one of our compound lifts episodes,
The OHP, overhead press.
So let's get to it. Super important. You really want to keep that full range of motion. Always full range of motion with everything you do.
Locking out at the top, you know,
Locking out at
keeping
the
that
top.
control, cores engaged.
Yeah.
So I think it's the best if you had to pick one shoulder exercise, I think this would be it, right?
For sure. This one and lateral raises, which we'll show you later.
Awesome. So demonstrate us real quick how to do it. Let's see.
So I
And-
can get over here, you know, get my
Your grip.
palms are out there, you know, kind of shoulder.
If you notice, he's slightly right outside his shoulders. If you look at him from the back, slightly outside. You don't want to be too wide or too narrow. You really want that natural feel when you're doing the overhead press. And we picked Pedro to actually do this because I feel like he actually has the best shoulder pressing. If you can see, he creates that line with the bar. It's going straight up in a single straight line. And I mean, you just really want to emphasize how we were doing that warm-up. Get your head through the window, which is created by his arms. I say window, it's just a visual, but locking out at the top, control, keeps that core engaged. Nice lockout. Drop the ego at the door and just really focus on engaging your full body doing this movement. Awesome. Love it. Beautiful. Woo. Good shit. Alright, so second exercise we want to go over is the lateral raises or sun side dumbbell raise, whatever you want to call it. Basically, position of movement. You can either start, people have different preferences when doing this movement due to certain like eight little clicks that I feel in my shoulder. I usually tend to favor this starting position for my lateral raise. And all you basically are doing is coming in nice and control, holding it there. Try to take out all the tempo. There's a lot of people that are trying to get heavy dumbbells and they're just like swinging without any control. Really slow it down.
Perfect.
And get some relatively challenging weight, but anything from 15 to 25 pounds max is what I'll do for the lateral raises. For this video, 15 is just a demo. Come up. Starting position. Slight bend in the elbows. So I'm not straight. Slight bend. Chest out. All I'm doing is bringing it to the side. I keep the bend in my elbows the whole time through the movement. A weight that I can control up and also fight the way down.
Yeah, when it comes to shoulders, it is important that you can do a weight that you can control. So it's your shoulders doing the work. You're not using other body parts like your back just to get the weight up there.
Yeah, when it comes to anything with your lateral raises or your rear flies that we're actually going to get into, the weight's not the biggest factor here. It's that control of the movement that you really want to get down. My shoulder genetics are not out of this world. Some people can just touch a couple dumbbells, boom, their shoulders are just naturally looking nice. I've had to put a lot of work into them, so really perfecting that movement and being consistent at it has gave me the best overall results in the last year. So it's not a factor of control.
Yep.
See, as you see the boys, each one of them do it slightly different than I even do it. You kind of have to pick your poison. Steven likes to have a more bend, flare him out in front. Pedro keeps more of an upright posture when he's doing it. Both of them are able to engage their side delts, but I mean, it's just wherever feels more comfortable. Find that happy place where your shoulders feel good, you're engaging the exercise well, and focus on that, obviously, that consistency.
Try to minimize momentum.
Yep. Keep the weight that you can handle.
Like slightly, a little bit, but you know, it's like
a little bit is a little bit to give the exercise, I think, challenging aspect to it, but not where you're taking away from the exercise.
Like I'm doing like 25s right now, right? If I could tell you that I grab a pair of 15s and I can make it perfect more than a pair of 25s.
Exactly.
You know?
Good point.
Shoulder exercise up.
Rotational presses, dumbbell press to be exact. So Steven's gonna go ahead and demo this for us. Basically, the key points here, man, is what exactly, like, what's the difference between the basic standard dumbbell press? Let me just, for people that don't know, the standard one is basically here, where you just press over your head. The rotational press is gonna be one where we rotate the hands and come straight up. So basically explain why the difference and why we tend to prefer a rotational press versus the standard dumbbell press.
Really, it's all about just natural movement of the shoulder. Sometimes it's easier for some people, really, to, instead of just being like this and getting stuck here sometimes, like going up, the rotational press allows you to start off like this.
And more natural, more natural for the shoulder to be like
and you
that.
just basically bring it up and rotate it out on the way up, like this, and then rotate it back on the way back in. And it feels, honestly feels better than just a normal, standard dumbbell press, in my opinion. I feel these, so.
I think you get overall more activation in your shoulder.
Yeah.
When you're here, you're kind of just limited on this factor. It's just an up and down movement. When he brings it in, you know, you're rotating the, you know, the palms. Also the shoulder, you're able to bring that shoulder through a much more a wider range of motion than the standard dumbbell press. So.
Yeah, and why we stress so much in our exercises, like the full ranges of motion, is just think about it in a functionality way. When you're outside,
you know, your shoulder to be able to move in all different angles.
Exactly. You're never gonna move in just 90-degree angles all the time. You move in full ranges of motion all the time. So that's what we want to try to achieve here.
Tired from holding it, so now go ahead and show us basically how.
Let's go. Let's go, bodybuilding.com.
All right.
Plug right there.
So basically, you're gonna start like this, scapula depressed. Bring the dumbbell to your shoulder. I mean, to your shoulder chest. Keep it naturally right here. Yeah. And then basically, you're just gonna come up, rotate.
Keep that scapula, keep that shoulder tight while you're doing it. Right up.
Yes.
Come to the side and see how it's coming around.
Straight line. Boom.
Why are we doing it standing versus sitting? You can do this one seated, or you can do it standing up. It's all down to preference. Main reason is because when you're standing, you have to engage your core a lot more than if you're sitting down. I mean, you have your legs engaged, you have everything nice and stabilized. And we do it also single arm in this example. You can do it both with both hands. Works just the same. You're here. You're coming straight up. Or I like people that have that when they feel like one side's stronger than the other. I usually have my right side is stronger than my left side. So I've started incorporating single just so I can really focus on this shoulder, for example, that one that I feel like lacks the most. I'm really exaggerating and getting that fire in. So when I go back to an overhead press that we have already kind of went over, you know, you feel like my arms started feeling like they were firing both evenly, way better than before I started incorporating unilateral movements, which means single-sided movements. So.
Yeah, I feel like standing rotational presses also just promotes more stability, promotes you to be more stable.
Absolutely.
Because when you're sitting down, you're already anchored to the floor, so your core is already, you know, engaged and supported by that back support. Here, you really have to engage your core. Breathe in tight, keep it good and stable, And it's gonna be
It's a more functional practice.
an all-around better movement.
More of a challenge just standing, you know.
For sure.
It'll be better for you, and your shoulders will thank you later.
All right, guys, for the last exercise of this shoulder workout, tutorial basically, will be the dumbbell rear fly. So, similar to the lateral raises, when you're bringing it out right here, the rear fly is a motion. You're coming here, and you're going to be basically bent a little forward, and you're going to raise, but it's going to be targeting the rear part of your shoulder. So it's something that you normally don't see because it's easier to train, I feel, muscles that are visual right in front of you. But it's also important to get all the heads of the shoulder. You have, you know, your front part of the delt, the side, and your rear. So you want to be able to hit all of those for a fully, nicely developed shoulder.
Nice round shoulder. Nice round coconut.
Coconuts. You want coconuts.
Coconuts.
All right. So then Pedro's going to show you the way he does it. He does it a little bit different than I will, and I'll go over that. Pedro, go ahead and show us how you would do this.
So I like to start like this, dumbbells by your side, really narrow stance. I like to go ahead, kind of like sit down, push forward, neutral back, and then I like to go ahead and just fly away.
Nice and controlled tempo. You don't need a lot of weight for this at all. You're only using 10 pounds, and that's even pushing it right now.
Yep. I want to focus like right here. Wait. Oh, right there.
Pedro has kind of explained how he did it. He comes down to like a nice neutral, nice close stance. Come down, neutral spine, meaning back is straight, and he kind of likes to just bring them out, moves to the back. I personally don't feel like I engage my rear delts as easily, so what I found works for me when training my rear delts is stance can be somewhat neutral with your shoulders, or you can come very close, come down, butts back, you hip hinge back, come down, dumbbells in front of you, and what I do a little different is I kind of almost round my upper back. For anybody that's nerdy out there, you protract, you know, your shoulders, and you keep them locked there. What I'm not doing is when I come up, I'm not bringing my scapula back. I'm not pinching my shoulder blades when I do this motion and kind of swinging. A lot of people like to use a lot of weight doing these. Not needed when you're trying to train that little muscle in the back. Have that nice rounded back, and all you're going to do is bring it to the side. The range of motion is very limited when doing it, but you keep those, you don't let your back come into play. The problem with these that gets a little tricky when you're trying to train it, and if you have trouble bringing that muscle up, for example, is when you do the mistake of pinching, bringing that back and those shoulders together. You take away a lot from the muscle. It's still getting work, but the back is so much stronger that it takes over that movement. So you really want to try to limit that, and by just simply doing this position,
you want to focus, like I pointed in Pedro's video, I'm not sure if you saw, right here. This is all you're really trying to work out right there.
Alright everybody, so we basically covered every angle to how to train your shoulders and every angle from being front, side, and your back. These are the movements that we basically prefer the most when training shoulders, that we feel like are the biggest bang for your buck. Obviously there's cable work that we didn't introduce, but we can always cover that later on in future purposes. But when it comes to training your shoulders, we feel like these are the most essential.
Yeah, they're the ones that give you the most bang for buck, and they are just simple. They're the most simple, they get the job done. Like I said, you know what, we've been focusing on this the whole episode. Try not to ego lift when you're working on your shoulders. Try to keep a low, steady weight that your shoulders can control. That way it's gonna, make it all about form. You're gonna show that
you have some really nice shoulders.
Exactly, and that's what you want. You want a nice, well balanced, rounded shoulder.
Women, don't be afraid to train shoulders. I mean, you finally feel like this might be more of a guy episode, but women, train your shoulders as well. A nice developed shoulder on a female looks just as great, and it complements your hourglass physique. And for men, broaden up those shoulders just by building up your shoulders, make your arms look nicer. It's going to give you that nice illusion of your waist being smaller. So definitely something not to overlook.
Yeah, it's gonna make you look bigger and wider, guys. So one of those things that women back in the old days used to look at were guys with big shoulders.
With that classic wide look to them.
Exactly. So it makes you feel protected. And
if you like this video, make sure to give it a like, a share, and subscribe. And
thumbs up.
stay tuned for next week's episode.
See you guys.